Chinaya, good morning.
Good morning, Ademola and Victor. Good morning, Nigerians. Here is the news. Towards a better democratic governance and national cohesion in Nigeria, President Bola Tinubu has urged media to strive more and play their role with wisdom, fairness and sense of national duty. President Tinubu gave the charge at the opening session of the 21st All Nigeria Editors Conference held at the Conference Center of the State House, Abuja.
Truth as time to speak. In such an environment, the editorial function is more important than ever. Verification must be your anchor. Balance must be your principle. And professional judgment must be your guide. I urge you, therefore, to continue upholding the highest standard of journalism. Report boldly, but do so truthfully. Criticize government policy, but do so with knowledge and fairness.
The Senate and House of Representatives have approved federal government's domestic borrowing request of 1.150 trillion naira. The money will be used to close unfunded deficit gap created by the increase in the 2025 budget size. The borrowing, as explained by the federal government, is on concessional terms with low interest rates and shall be deployed for long-term capital expenditure and human capital development. Relevant committees of both chambers were mandated to oversee the implementation and utilization of proceeds of the borrowing.
And Debt Management Office should undertake the borrowing strictly within approved fiscal parameters, ensuring that all terms, conditions favorable, transparent and sustainable.
Nigerians in Bayelsa State have applauded the Senate for taking bold and proactive steps to curb sexual harassment across the nation's higher institutions. The commendation follows the recent passage of the Sexual Harassment of Students Prevention and Prohibition Bill 2025, a law designed to protect students from abuse, intimidation, and exploitation by lecturers and school authorities.
From the lecturers alone, students tend to expose themselves for such incidents.
They should concentrate to read their book. That is their number one reason why they are there as students.
The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, has reminded government of the one-month window given to it to conclude negotiation to avert resuming the suspended strike. A statement signed by the President, Chris Piwuna, National Executive Council, NEC of the Union, reviewed progress made since the suspension of the warning strike 2 weeks ago and rejected the proposed salary increment, which is not capable of achieving the reversal of the brain drain syndrome that has bedeviled Nigerian university education, while noting that gaps are being closed in some non-monetary aspects of the contention. The salary and conditions of service components remain critical. The union therefore called on stakeholders, especially bodies that intervened and impressed on it, to suspend the strike last month to continue to urge government to faithfully conclude the negotiation. The national policy on language has been cancelled and English now adopted as the official instructional language for education. Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, made the confirmation during the Language in Education Conference in Abuja.
If you teach students in their mother tongue, especially in the early pre-primary school and the first 3 years, they do better. But then, let's now look at the context of implementation and the result that we're seeing. We'll share ideas, we'll share what we've seen happen, real life, what has happened previously, and where we need to go into the future.
And those are the news highlights. Good Morning Nigeria continues with Ademola and Victor after these messages. To stay.